Hey guys, Rollier or Taylor here, and I'm back with a brand new Division video. And as you probably know, today was the PTS launch day, and we managed to get our hands on a new build, or a very early build should I say, of 1.6. And the first thing I did was try and get hold of a S.E.E.K.R gear set. I managed to get 4 pieces of S.E.E.K.R within about an hour, and then for the next couple of hours I was tweaking it and trying to get it as best as I could. So before we start and go too much into it, I'm just going to read you out the bonuses for the S.E.E.K.R gear set. So for 2 pieces it is plus 10% body shot damage, for 3 pieces it is plus 30% critical hit damage, and then for the set bonus of 4, after 2 consecutive shots to the body, the next shot is a guaranteed critical hit. So as you can see, the set at the moment is a very powerful set. There's no two ways around it. It is probably at the moment one of the most powerful sets within, this build of 1.6 anyway. But before I go on, I do want to add that this is subject to change, and they've already stated there is going to be changes to this gear set. So do not by any means expect this to ruin your experience when 1.6 drops. They are going to be changing it, and whether that's drastically or just a little bit, it is going to change. So the 4 pieces I managed to get was the backpack, gloves, the mask, and knee pads. I also got a holster, but I opted to use Colonel Bliss's holster because it was a god rolled one pretty much, and I actually used a Barrett's chest piece as well. So not only is this a sort of S.E.E.K.R preview, you can also see the colours of the new exotic items, or the new colour of the exotic items, is what I really mean. For this gear set, I fully recommend taking advantage of improving critical hit damage as much as possible. Obviously because every consecutive hit with the 4-piece S.E.E.K.R is a critical hit. This is the exact reason why I've gone with a PP19. It can have a big mag, and it's got a nice rolled 38% critical hit damage on it. Along with using an SMG and taking advantage of an improved critical hit damage, I'm also rocking the Pulse, the tactical scanner variant, and this will improve my critical hit chance and my critical hit damage, again to really up the damage output and take advantage of the 4-piece bonus. Along with the Pulse, for obvious reasons, I've also gone with a booster shot, again improving my damage. So as you can see in the background, every other impact is a critical hit, and that critical hit at the moment is at 35k, which obviously is a very good amount for an SMG in any case. But when we drop both the mods, Pulse and the booster shot, you'll see it jump up a significant amount. We're now averaging about 51,000 for a crit. That's improved almost double, which is insane. It just goes to show how much using skills with a decent gear set can improve your damage output. As well as speccing into a certain type, for example in this video we are speccing into critical hit damage. We don't really need to spec into critical hit chance that much because obviously every other consecutive shot is a crit, so it doesn't make sense to spec into chance over damage. You might be asking whether you can use this in PvE or is it more viable in PvP? I personally think this is one of those gear sets you can easily use in both. Remember, you get a 10% bonus to damage whilst hitting the body. In the DZ, it might be easier to get that damage over going for headshots because there's not much chance that the player you're going after is going to sit still and you can pretty much tank the headshots. Along with that being said, this gear set doesn't really restrict you to using any type of weapon. You could easily use a marksman rifle and go for crit shots with that. Remember, you just need to land 2 shots to get a guaranteed critical hit shot in the next one. I wasn't actually lucky enough to get all of the exotics, but I do believe this with the Caduceus would be a very powerful sort of partnership. But like I said, I am using an SMG and I wanted to spec into crit hit damage as much as possible. And I feel with using an SMG like the PP19, you're doing exactly that. There is of course one standout weapon you could use, or even 2 in this case, the E.I.R and the Hilda. The combination of these 2 SMGs is each hit with the Hilda increases the critical hit damage by 1% to a maximum of 100%, bonus is decreased by 1% every second. So can you imagine getting that full to 100% and then you're getting a critical hit shot every consecutive hit? I mean, this is going to blow any gear set out of the water, and I'm sure that's why they're thinking of changing it and tweaking it a fair bit. But guys, there really isn't much more to say about this gear set, and obviously if you look too much into it, it's only going to change, I would have thought, in next week's PTS update. But guys, this is my first gear set review. If there's something you feel I could add to a next one, then please let me know in the comments below. But if you did enjoy it, then make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe for all future Division content. But until next time, I will see you all soon. Bye bye.